This is it. The matchup several of you have been waiting for. The rematch between myself and Styx. Last time we played, it was just a meme match, so the Wallaby made a fool out of me. This time I am out for revenge. So much so, I even did mocks. So thank you, Sammy Boy, for helping out. If these sets seem strange, it's because they are. So this was the toughest match by far to prep for. And in this tournament, what we could do is we could grab Mons from the teams that went out. So I dropped Tangler, replaced it with Whimsicott, as you know, and Styx dropped his Guzzlord, Garbodor, Electivire, Frostlass. So his threats are more potent than before. His speed tiers are more balanced, which made speed creeping a nightmare. So now his team reads as Delphox, Druddigon, Seismitoad, Dodrio, Silvally Ghost, Venusaur, Electros, Persimmon, Volibee, and Zangoose. The biggest unknown for me in the match was Venusaur. Could be defensive, could be a Sunsweeper, which had good coverage from my team. So I focused a lot on that. I mean, we'll see how that went out. So I made sure most of my Mons could at least 2-hit KO it. If not do more, around there. Persimmon and Delphox were offensive threats, and Electros is always a nuisance with an Assault Vest. Having said all that, let's go into the team. So, as you can see, I actually have a little bit of heat for the first 2 months. I have a Sand Core with a Rindo Berry Lycanroc. In Sand, outspeeds his whole team. With the Sand Spadef boost and the Rindo Berry, this thing sets up a Venusaur and a +2 Zen Headbutt Kodoko. Accelerock was his Scarfers, Sucker Punch Druddigon, which may want to come in, and the Venusaur. If it was boosted in the sun, I'm not. Steelix was very special defensive, allowing it to take hits from Electros, Venusaur, Volibee, if it decides to rear its giant head again. It's a red card set, so trying to prevent momentum, stopping setup, residual, and get some residual rock damage, notably on Delphox. So Craganoll was a never melt ice with enough speed for Cytotoad. So nothing on his team switched into ice coverage. So Ice Beam and Freeze Dry hit most of it super effectively. I chose Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards since he only had one switch and didn't do much to me. And it would help the rest of the team. Slowking. Now this is something I tossed and turned over. I was gonna bring the Assault Vest Slowking, to take on Venusaur a bit better and BF switching to Delphox, but that's not why I'm here, is it? I'm gonna have fun. So I transferred my Z Crystal actually from Ground Ball, since Light Recovery and lacking bulk on the special side makes setup rather hard. Whereas Slowking, it's not very easy to predict now. So what this is an ICMC Slowking with Blizzard. So, Trick Room, Psyshock, Nasty Plot, 100 modest special attack, at +2 could just run through his team with either Blizzard or Psyshock. And so what this was, it was meant to be sort of early mid-game wall breaker, since a lot of his team lacked recovery, so I could pick up some nice KOs. And the trick room was because this team in particular was either blazing fast or, crawl, slow to a crawl. So This was meant to support things like the Ground Ball and the Styx as well, outslowing the rest of his team. Helilisk is Choice Scarf with a decent amount of speed, just enough for a Scarf per Simeon, so I can do some chip and then switch out. Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, or Switch Doubles, most of it strong or neutral damage, obviously minus Electros. Again, I was sort of predicting Sun's Venusaur, so Solar Power, try and take advantage of that. I could aim for the Oko after Rocks. Ground Ball, Rocky Helmet, could have been Quillfish, but I didn't want to make myself completely vulnerable to Delphox and Electros. And it doesn't do much to Toad either. So this was purely for pursuing. And able to Oko with a play rough. Earthquake for just a strong, accurate move. Trying to predict switches. Super Fang for the walls, such as Slide Toad and Venusaur, and Toxic for the inevitable surviving Ghost switching, and Follow Me. So going into the match, as much as I prepped for the Delphox offensively, he didn't bring it. Not what I was expecting, considering I didn't really have a switch in, but there you go. Instead, I really made myself vulnerable to Brazilian. My only dedicated switch in being the Ground Ball. The Eel being difficult to break, but we'll see. And so here's the thing with Brazilian. I wasn't expecting it because I have Fairy and Poison types that can use Memento or Intimidate, so reducing its attack. And I had switch-ins for Stab. Yep, but that was on me. I made these holes, and we'll see how that works out. So, starting off, turn 1, I'm always predicted in my mocks the leads rather badly. And here we are again. So I thought, totally super obvious, and if I let Cryogonal, he didn't have any switches. So even if he got the rocks up, I could just spin them away, and something's going to take a massive hit. So I just lead Ground Ball, predicting the Persimmon, looking to gain momentum. He sets up the rock. I decide to go super fat. It misses. I'll get back to why that matters later. Predicting this valley, I click the Toxic, and here he's got a free parting shot. Unfortunately, no Bravio is switching to that, so I switch into Helilisk, and here we are with the -1 Helilisk. Persimmon comes in, I come in and do outspeed 36% of the volt switch. Oh wait, I crit. So, in terms of just pure statistics, yes, we're pretty even. However, the Persimmon did do a number on the team, so after Rocky Helmet damage, I've now made it pretty much redundant. So he's going to try and save that. I'm going to therefore switch into Styx, trying to set up the rocks. He goes into Venusaur. So we take another crit, as it turns out, and some Giga Drains, but we do get the Sandstorm. So I went, which is early, but I didn't want a Venusaur stay on the sun, and his Styx went down like a rock would get a free switching. He's going to predict the Lycan's rock switching, and I predict that, and I switch into Cryogonal. So he's going to switch into the Eel, which special defensive, of course. I'm just going to go for the Rapid Spin, because that's his obvious switching. I get a crit, I know, crit for crit for crit for crit. Helilisk can take on electric hits, and it was not the great bring, so yeah, I'm just going to sack it off, basically. He goes for the knockoff, then he's going to go for the Drain Punch. I didn't want to risk losing Ground Ball to this, and I wanted a little bit of chip. So, let's go down. And now bring in Ground Ball, go for the Super Fang, and yeah, so expecting him to sack it off with that little health, I go for Player Off. He got a free switch into Venusaur, so a good play on his part. Now I'm having to find a switch in. I just sack it off because it was mainly for the helmet. Cryogonal, yep, is going to pick up a kill on the eel. Now, Dodrio and Savali is going to go for the Defog, okay? So, here's the thing. Yep, so I have less hazards now, which is going to save his position. So that's now a threat again. And I'm just going to stay in, recover up, and I wanted to maintain offensive pressure, because this thing doesn't have a switch in. So he's going to go for this Pine Shot. I had a 56% chance to Oko, I didn't. I get a freeze. And he thaws. And he goes for knockout. And he gets another crit. And I finish him off. So, yeah. Cryogonal takes that hit like a champ. And I'm just going to switch out on the Persimmon. Basically hoping to get something done with the Lycan Rock. I go for the Zen Headbutt. I miss another 90% accurate move. Now, yeah. I bring in Slowking because this thing doesn't want to stay in. I could have Grass Knot. Probably knows. So, I decide to set up. Now, here's why the Super Fang missing and the Z Headbutt missing matters. So I'm at +2. Even a fully defensive Seismitoad, having taken the Super Fang and the Z Headbutt, would guaranteed go down to a side shot with my investment. So, yeah. I had an 81% chance of being able to click whatever move one. I predicted to try and stall Trick Room turns. So I'm just going to click Psyshock. Savali goes down. Now, for all I know, since he does have Grass Switches, this still could have been a Yarchi Seismitoad, but I saw the Venusaur come in. I saw a chance to take it out, as well as anything else. I go for the Z Blizzard, and that thing's gone. Now he has to choose something else to go down. He's going to choose the Venusaur, even with Parfait, he's not going to live that. And there is the Persimmon. He's going to try and win by getting a crit with close combat. But luckily I have Regenerators, so I'm just going to switch out a couple of times. Keep myself out of range. So, sorry Steelix, sorry Crocodile. But Dr. Omalu, the good doctor, is going to take this home. Even with the crit, I still live. And clear Side Shock. So, I lost count the number of crits in that match. I reckon it was probably about 7. So, yeah. Yeah, Styx, you were a great opponent. And you forced me to do some pretty risky plays, but I felt like they were overall worth it. And this guy has been genuinely helpful and welcoming to this new guy. So please give him some love from me. I'll put the links in the description. And yeah, here we are. First time entering a tournament, and we have reached the finals. Yep, you know which buttons to press. Twitter is in the description. And all that's left to say is thank you for sticking around this long. And I will see you in the next one.